everyone, and welcome back to the Losers Lounge podcast here, wherever you're listening, whatever time you're listening. My God, it feels so good to be back here as ever, and you know what? I'm very excited for this one. In fact, we all are very excited for this one, because for the first time here on the podcast, we are talking some TNA. Oh man, I'll tell you folks, TNA as a company has been on the rise as of late, and we could not resist talking about this company, especially with their big TV deal coming up. And, of course, they've got a big pay-per-view coming up this weekend. That, of course, being Genesis, live from Dallas, Texas. I mean, Genesis is a classic TNA pay-per-view name, so it's only fitting that our first TNA pay-per-view we talk about is the genesis of our TNA coverage. No pun intended. But of course, we can't do it alone here, so I gotta start things up by introducing us, probably one of the longest tenured members of our crew, the heelest of Balors, HeelBalor!
Hey, what's up, YouTube.com? The heelest of Balors is back on the channel. It is time to talk some TNA. You know, it's legit. It's the first time we talked TNA on the channel, just like the last time we talked wrestling on the podcast. It was New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom. Now we're talking TNA. I've been a TNA fan since, 2009. That's a long time. I stopped watching like in 2015, 2014-ish when AJ Styles left. And I kind of just haven't gotten back into it till Kenny Omega did his thing with AEW, kind of a little crossover there, and I kind of just fell after that. Trying to get back on the train a little bit, but hey, good time to talk a little bit TNA, Genesis, Carlos does look pretty nice. So can't wait to talk about the losers. Very looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be a lot of fun. I know this person's probably very excited for it too. That, of course, being the Skull King Beast Mode 9000.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it is I, the Skull King Beast Mode 9000, back here on the Losers Lounge podcast to talk about starting this moment from now. From this moment on, this will be the moment, starting now, of the genesis of the Losers Lounge podcast. I had to pull out the Michael McGillicuddy. We are talking about TNA Genesis. This show. Now, here's the thing. We are recording this on Thursday, January 15th. Tonight is TNA's AMC debut. I'm going to be watching very closely. Correct. Like this is the AMC debut, so I'm not getting that mixed up, correct?
Oh yeah, it is the AMC debut, the big TV deal that they have been working towards for a long time.
So the date that we were recording this on, this is TNA's AMC debut tonight. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on the show because obviously we're recording this before the AMC debut. So I don't know I don't know what programs are going to happen and like what storylines are going to be further leading into Genesis. But what I do know is that I'm excited for Genesis and I'm excited for the AMC debut. And I am also excited because, dude, I've been wanting to get back in, like, really into TNA for a while. But because they haven't had a TV deal, I haven't really had a way to watch them live other than, you know, yo ho ho, if you get my drift. So now that they have a TV deal, I can at least start watching them weekly on TV again. And I've been wanting to do that. So I've been wanting to get back into TNA for a little bit. So getting back into TNA Impact is going to be really rad. And what a way to do it with the same day as we're recording I think our first TNA episode on the pod. TNA's having their AMC debut tonight. So I can't wait for both. This shit's going to be popping.
Oh, I'll tell you, man, like, there is a lot of hype surrounding TNA going into this weekend. I mean, I remember, like, when TNA in Australia was airing on a Fuel TV back in the day, and then Main Event sort of thing. Yes, we have a pay-per-view thing called Main Event, but they showed not just the pay-per-views, but also the weekly TV as well. But TNA, they've been very quiet on, like, Australian TV for a long time, but now the whole globe is talking about TNA, and, like, I, like, probably got back into TNA around, actually, after they announced the return of the TNA name, late 2023. So, very much, I've been on this train for a long time, and I mean, no matter what happens on the AMC show, no matter what matches they might add, what changes they might make to this card, I think overall, the card itself looks fantastic. Although there's definitely some technicalities when it comes to that, which, we will get to, folks, but... Oh, man.
And before we move on, real quick, again, I gotta do it because it's our first TNA episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking TNA, and the Losers Lounge podcast will cross the line.
Yeah! So let's cross the line indeed. We got ourselves a fair few matches to get to, so let's start off with the non-title matches, and I think we'll start things off with Mustafa Ali taking on Elijah. Now, Mustafa and Elijah, they've both been having a little bit of a war between them. All order for taking down Elijah sort of thing. Elijah coming back from injury as of late. And just coming on in, arriving on horseback. And at this point, Elijah pretty much is like the Red Dead Redemption of professional wrestlers. If that's the best way to put it. Like, I don't know what it is. Just Elijah has been really fun as of late with this story. And
What a reference.
I mean, think about it. I mean, Mustafa has had a really good time in TNA since his arrival, actually, in 2024. So, very much, there is a lot to get through, I will say, with it. Well, yeah, 2024, actually, I believe it was. So, yeah, there's a lot to get through with this. HeelBalor, I'll start with you. What do you make of Mustafa versus Elijah?
I mean, a guy who doesn't really watch TNA that much, I'm intrigued. You're gonna hear a lot of me say a lot of that in this show. It should be fun. Obviously, Mustafa Ali, been a fan of him since 205 Live. Those were the days, good times. Always been a great character, always been a great wrestler, and stuff like that. I love his current character of him just being basically this corporate suit wearing dick and stuff like that. In Ali we trust and all that. There you go. I like it. Elias, walk with Elijah. Wonder what happened to that Zeke fella. But in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to it. Who I got winning? I'm gonna go with Elijah. Why not? See where they go with that, Elijah.
Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense there. And Beast, who have you got with Mustafa versus Elijah?
Who wants to walk? I don't. I just went on a walk yesterday. My legs are tired, so I don't really want to go on another walk. Thank you, Elijah, but I'm okay. Man, I'm pumped though. Like, this match is gonna cook. I've been a fan of both these guys for a while. I think Elijah's a very talented individual. I've been a fan of him since he was in WWE. Before Zeke, let Zeke speak. No, we do not like Ezekiel. No, Ezekiel is
yes, we do. That's a legend right there.
No, we do not.
Yes, it is.
Dude, hey man, I feel like fucking Uncle Phil from the meme scene of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We?
I thought you were talking about the world champ. I'm kidding. You said Phil.
No. I feel this D in your mouth is what I'm about to do.
No.
I mean, then again, we're probably going to be talking about Uncle Phil in a little bit anyways.
Base Uncle Phil style. Dude, so like, Elijah, I've been a huge fan of him since he was Elias. I've always thought his character work was great, but I've thought he was no slouch in the ring too. Like, he's always been great between the ropes. I think if you want my honest opinion, I think he is probably as slept on as Damian Sandow was. I think Damian Sandow was also incredibly talented in between the ropes, and I think people slept on that side of Damian Sandow. I think people sleep on that side of Elias or Elijah. Mustafa Ali, also been a huge fan of that son of a bitch since 205 Live. Incredibly, uberly talented, super, super awesome. Love his current character. I think he's a fucking piece of shit, and I love it. But I could watch him wrestle for days. With that said, the critical thinking part of my brain says Elijah. I want him to go with Ali, though. I really want to see Ali win. So with that, I'm gonna say Ali. I'm gonna say Ali's my prediction, but I'm not gonna be shocked if Elijah goes over. I would prefer Ali going over. So, in Ali we trust.
That is very much a fair way to look at for sure. I've actually been.
By the way, if this match kicks off the show, give them fucking at least 20-25 minutes because they're gonna burn the fucking house down.
Oh yeah, like for sure. Honestly, for me with this match, I'm actually very much looking forward to it. Like, the stuff they've been doing on TNA programming has been really good. I mean, in one of the most recent episodes of Impact, Elijah straight up, like, had a bloody chase scene with, like, Order 4, where Order 4 was, like, running while Elijah was on horseback, and it was, like, the funniest thing.
Yes. I saw that. I got a huge pop for me. I was like, based.
Yeah, seriously, like, I am loving this story a lot, and I think these two absolutely have got some good chemistry going into this. I mean, Elijah, of course, he was definitely one of the more underrated parts of, like, the WWE roster back in the day, but now he's definitely holding his own in TNA. He's doing pretty well. Ali, though. Oh my god, Ali has been doing amazing stuff in TNA. Like, he has been one of the cornerstones of TNA since the rebrand back to TNA. Like, he really is. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the year, now that he has re-signed with TNA, that he wins the TNA World title. Like, absolutely, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the year where they finally pull the trigger and give Ali his world title run. Absolutely.
I'm so here for that.
Ooh. Now, who have I got winning with this one? Well, Ali would be a great choice, of course, but honestly, I've got Elijah. I mean, I think Elijah is probably, like, the safe bet when it comes to this match. Like, it is for sure, but sometimes the safe bet is a pretty good idea. Also, I really want to see Elijah win the match by using his horse in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what. Like, maybe he does a dive from the horse. That would be so funny.
Brings the horse into the ring and the horse kicks Ali square in the fucking nutsack.
Oh my god, or even, like, on the outside. Like, that would be incredible. But yeah, seriously though, I've got Elijah. It's a safe option, but that does make a lot of sense. But you know what? We were talking about old Uncle Phil earlier, and, well, I think it's finally time we have to address that person here, as we got ourselves another singles match here. And it is finally the breakup of First Class, as Rich Swann takes on, oh god, AJ Francis.
Yeah. No, wrong yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. No yeet. Because,
AJ Francis, no.
No pop. No pop at all.
yeah.
No pop.
Man. First Class, I'll tell you, what a mid-group. Like, my god, thank goodness they finally broke that shit up, because, like, man, First Class is probably one of the most ass groups ever in, like, TNA.
Dude, incredibly ass. Like, they were... here's the thing. I liked some of the people in First Class, but as a group, it's like watching fucking paint dry. Like, they had no redeeming qualities as a group. And here's the thing, like, I used to really fuck heavy with Top Dollar, right? Like, I loved Hit Row. What the fuck happened?
Yeah! Like, AJ Francis' ego bloody exploded here, and now bloody Cheez-It champion over here, banned from diving. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
God, fuck, man. Like, Hit Row used to be the coolest son of a bitches on the planet.
Yeah.
The planet. I loved Hit Row.
Yeah, but...
And then, like, when they got called to the main roster and then Swerve got released, it kind of fell apart. And I'm glad Swerve's doing great for himself now. Fuck yeah, Swerve Strickland. And Hit Row kind of floundered a little bit. And then I think AJ Francis became, like, the pseudo new leader. And he got this weird, like, not even, like, a work ego, like a shoot ego about himself, which is fine. You can think of yourself in a high standard, but it like he got so much of a big head that it did not do well for his career. And it's a shame because I think he was a great heavy. I think he was a great muscle for a group. And it just fucking blew up in his fucking face. And then when he went to TNA, it just didn't get any better. And man, it's a shame because he was really solid and it just fucking fell apart. Like, oops, our table, it's broken or whatever the meme is. Like,
yeah. Nowadays, AJ Francis would be better off putting the fries in the bag.
yeah, for true. And it sucks because, again, used to be a fan of the son of a bitch. And now just, man, I know we're not in my prediction yet, but Rich Swann has all the talent in the world. And I've been a fan of him for a fair number of years, too. Because, like, dude, just send him out the pasture. Send him out the pasture. Rich Swann, please take care of him. Please.
Yeah, I think that is something we absolutely can agree with, and I can agree with that for sure. Base, would you like to elaborate more on Rich Swann here and give you a prediction?
This should be the shortest match on the card. Absolutely. I think Rich Swann needs to beat AJ Francis. If AJ Francis wins, oh my good God, my fist will go through my screen. Like, no. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Never in a million years. And again, it sucks that I used to be a fan of the dude. It's just, like, again, oh no, our table, it's broken. Like, he is just floundered endlessly. And not through no fault of his own, through fault of his own. Like, nobody wants to work with him. Nobody wants to fucking book him as this fucking main guy as he thinks he is, because he's not. He's a solid heavy, but he got this fucking big ego about, I'm this bad motherfucker. Dude, you're all due respect, you're AJ Francis. Like, you're a good heavy. That's it, my guy. Know where you are, know your role, and work with that. And don't try to swim upstream. Swim with the current. You were doing great, and then you weren't. Like, wet fart, bro. Like, Rich Swann needs to win this shit. And I think bolstering Rich Swann again and making him as, more of a singles guy is the way to go. I think he has more talent in a way and more shelf life. That's the word I was looking for. More shelf life than AJ Francis does. I think Rich Swann is definitely the way to go. I got Rich Swann going over. Can you handle this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, AJ Francis makes Bully Ray's antics look tame. Oh, God.
Oh, my.
HeelBalor, I'll go with you here. What do you make of Rich Swann versus AJ Francis?
Our remote's going to be on. That's pretty much my remote's winning this match. I really don't care, honestly. This is a throwaway match to me. I personally don't care. If we're choosing winner, I guess Rich Swann. But that's all I can say about this match. I don't care at all. So, there you go.
To paraphrase my all-time fave CM Punk, click is the noise the audience's TV remote makes when AJ Francis is on screen. Click, click, click.
Yes. So true. So damn true. And it's a real shame.
Unfortunately, that is now the sound that my knees probably will be making in about 5 years' time, but that's neither here nor there. Chronic pain. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I'll tell you, AJ Francis, he used to have so much potential, but now he needs to put the fries in the bag. He needs to fuck off out of this industry, to be honest. I'm done. I'm done with AJ Francis bullshit. I mean, you've got such an ego when you consider blocking people on Twitter just for no fault of their own, just because they have genuine complaints about you.
I guarantee you, because yes, AJ Francis does go out of his way to listen to what people say, but I guarantee you he's going to hear this episode. AJ, I got huge respect for you, dude. I said all of that because I'm a fan, right? I used to be a bigger fan. You just need to change shit. And I guarantee he's going to block me on Twitter because of that. And that's fine, dude. Whatever, man. That's cool. You do you, bro. But just know I got a huge amount of respect for you, my man. You just need to change shit. You used to be so rad, bro. The fuck happened? The fuck happened? You can be rad again. You can. Change shit. If you keep doing what you always done, you're always gonna get what you always got, my dude. Just change it, bro. Change it. As a person who is and was a bigger fan of you, change your shit to how it used to be. And you can be that cool again. You're not that cool right now. You're not that guy. You can be. You're not Swerve Strickland. Sorry, you're not. All due respect. You're just not. And that's fine. Again, know your role, my dude, and don't try to swim upstream. You were doing fine.
Yeah. I mean, he's blocked me on Twitter, so there's that for you.
He's probably gonna block me too. That's fine, dude. Whatever. You do you, bro. You do you, boo. That's fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's blocked Will on Twitter. Like, has he blocked you on Twitter there, HeelBalor?
R-Truth has.
No. I blocked by a few wrestlers, but not by him. Nope.
R-Truth has. Hey, R-Truth. Unblock my boy, by the way. He didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I'm blocked by R-Truth, Braun Strowman, JBL. The list goes on. I'm kidding. Well, those three, yes, I am blocked by. Anyways, moving on. Never my block list.
You're blocked by me.
No, because you're actually a good person.
Honestly, like, I think when it comes to this, like, I can give all the positive possible to Rich Swann. I mean, Rich Swann, when I first found out about him through the Cruiserweight Classic and the Cruiserweight division in WWE back in the day, he was awesome. I loved his vibes, and he was fantastic. Like, he really was. Great Cruiserweight champion. Then he went on to TNA and had a great run there, becoming the world champion there, which, by God, talk about a fall from grace when you went from being the world champion of TNA to hanging out with AJ Francis. Like, my God, you need to begin a fucking rebuilding project of Rich Swann as a main eventer, because by God, Rich Swann can be a great main eventer. He absolutely can. So, yeah, I've got Rich Swann winning. I think it makes all the sense in the world for Rich Swann to be able to get it done.
And I think you were talking about that rebuilding process, Tyler. I think this is where they start that.
They have
absolutely.
They have to.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I'll tell you that there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in this industry as of late. And you know what's crazy? There's been a whole wave of wrestling retirements in the past 2 months. Oh my God. I mean, we had John Cena's retirement, we had Tanahashi's retirement, and now we've got another. As with our next match, it is the final match of JDC as he takes on fellow member of the system, Eddie Edwards. JDC has been quite an interesting competitor over the years. I mean, while he may not have been, like, at the top tier of, like, any companies he's, like, been in as such, he's always been, like, a flagship sort of player. Like, he's always been there, always been a reliable sort of part of whatever company he's been in, and yeah. Now, as for Eddie Edwards, I mean, I know for a fact there's someone here who we'll get to you in a second there when it comes to this, but, well, Eddie Edwards is very much divisive to people. I personally, I think he's okay. Like, I don't know if he's, like, fully world champion kind of guy, but he was pretty solid. Even, like, 2017, 2018, after American Wolves sort of thing, he was pretty decent, but still, American Wolves was, like, the coolest thing, so, yeah, but should be quite an interesting one. HeelBalor, I'll go with you here. What do you make of JDC's final match?
Yep. That's all I can really say on it. My silence pretty speaks most of it. Okay, in all seriousness, jobber, disgusting, horrible, terrible, bad wrestler. You know the shit. Okay, in all seriousness, outside the whole thing, Eddie Edwards is a very talented wrestler.
That's your boy, bro.
He is jobber, disgusting, horrible, terrible, worst wrestler alive.
Wow, damn, bro. He was the best member of the American Wolves, bro.
No.
Yes.
Plus MCNG trumps the Wolves. We move.
Well, hey man, I think you put Eddie Edwards in there with both members of MCMG in a 2-on-1 handicap match. He's gonna wash them because he's Eddie Edwards, bro. Boston Knee Party, bro. Hey man, that's your boy, bro. That's your real boy, bro. Hey man, I know he's your all-time favorite. I'm gonna get you some Eddie Edwards merch next year for Christmas.
Oh,
He's better than Finn Balor, better than Batista.
No. Wow, okay. You know, that shit. What the hell?
Eddie Edwards, 5 claps.
Oh my!
Jobber. I think I blocked him on Twitter too. Yeah, good times. I think he's still blocked.
What did he do? What did he do?
Yeah, I blocked him on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, folks. HeelBalor over here, he is not the biggest fan of Eddie Edwards.
Dude, I'm fucking dying. I'm fucking laughing so hard I'm gonna fucking pass out.
Okay, folks, in all seriousness, those who think this is actually legit, no, I actually don't hate Eddie Edwards. No, it's a little bit I've been doing since, 2020, 2021-ish? No, I think it's 2022 I've been doing this. Oh, man, good times. I actually don't hate Eddie Edwards. He's actually a very talented wrestler, very talented individual. The Wolves, while they weren't my favorite tag team in TNA, they were very talented. You know, Eddie Edwards did become a, 2-time world champ. Good times indeed.
Jace should have broken the record. Should have been 18-time world champion.
No, the hell no. No, ew, no, no, hell no. Hell, longest holder of that belt's freaking Josh Alexander. Look what he's doing. Anyways,
He should have broken Josh's reign.
No, should have been Alex Shelley. We move. Good times, man, good times. Okay, no, serious, folks. JDC, I think his name is. First of all, I didn't know that Fandango has been wrestling for almost 20 years. That's insane. Again, another retirement match. Jeez Louise. Everyone's retired. Hell, I'm going to retire after this. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I ain't going anywhere. I'm a lifer, ladies and gentlemen. Man, all serious, this really should be fun. Honestly, you should go out on your back. So I'm going to pick Eddie Edwards, sadly. Gross, disgusting, horrible, terrible.
Shit, Will picked his favorite. Yo, Will actually has an Eddie Edwards tattoo on his right ass cheek.
No, and even now I'm not gonna show.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Hell no. You huh?
Oh my god!
No, there's no tattoo on my ass. Like, no.
Are you sure?
Man, I want a tattoo one day, but that'll be a different tattoo. Anyway,
yeah, an Eddie Edwards tattoo. That's for true.
No, hell no. God. Okay, but all seriousness. Yeah, like I won't be turning off this match. Like it should be something, I guess. But in all seriousness, you usually go out on your back. It is a retirement match. I'm gonna give it to Eddie Edwards. Boo, disgusting, horrible, terrible, gross. Eddie Edwards. I'm gonna wash my mouth out. Bye, folks.
Oh man, I tell you, like I knew when we were gonna get to this match. I knew HeelBalor was gonna say some.
Failure.
Yep, there we go. Beast, I'll go with you. What do you make of the retirement match of JDC?
Well, man, like Fandango, yes. For those who don't know and who are seeing the graphic, if you're like, oh man, like as Will said, yes, Fandango, JDC, used to wrestle in WWE as Fandango. Used to be this disco dancer gimmick. That's where you probably recognize him from. I didn't know he's been wrestling for almost 20 years. Like, that's insane to think about. Like, and it's like 20 years isn't even a long time in the world of wrestling. Like, it's a while in real life terms, but I mean, a 20-year career. I'm shocked that he's hanging it up now. When I heard about it, I was a little like, what? That doesn't compute with me. I don't know. It's strange, and I wish Dango all the best. I don't know what he's doing after this. I don't know if he's gonna continue. I think he has is he part of a training school? I don't know if he's part of a training school. He might be. I don't know if he's going to continue training. I don't know if he's going to be a backstage producer. I don't know what he's doing, man, but I wish him all the best, bro. I really, really do. As for this match, bro, definitely, I think, I got Eddie Edwards going over. It's Will's boy right there. It's Will's fave.
Hell no, don't listen to this, man. Hell no.
Yeah, hell yes, actually. That's a weird way. It's actually opposite day.
Opposite day. Well, then hell yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
No.
it's not opposite day anymore. So you just said hell yes. it's opposite day until I say it's not. God damn it!
It was opposite day.
No, I just said it's not opposite day, which means it is, but it's not. So therefore, when you said hell no, you said actually hell yes, and then we said hell yes. Therefore, it wasn't opposite day, so you actually said hell yes. So then you like Eddie Edwards regardless. So get a tattoo.
No, I'm not getting a tattoo. Tyler, where's Tyler's tattoo after MJF debacle?
Oh my god!
Oh, no.
I get a tattoo. He gets tattoo. Okay, all right, fine. We will go to the tattoo parlor, get ass tattoos. One of Tyler having MJF on his ass, and I'll get freaking one of, I guess, Eddie Edwards on my ass. There you go. The ass.
Incredibly based. That's incredibly based.
Oh my god, folks.
Fuck. Anyway, as I am laughing so hard, Jesus Christ. I do wish Dirty Dango all the best. I don't know what he's doing next. But he's real rad, dude, and I'm sad to see him hang up his boots so soon. It took me by surprise. And things do come in threes, you know? Things come in threes. And the fact that the past 3 episodes on Lose Loud podcast, we talked about somebody retiring. Cena, Tanahashi, and now Dirty Dango. It sucks, dude. It really does. Things do come in threes, though, and this is the culmination of that. So I do wish Dirty Dango all the best. But yeah, Eddie Edwards, best member of the American Wolves, greatest TNA heavyweight champion of all time. Should have beat Josh Alexander's record. Should be 18-time world champion and should beat John Cena's record. That's for true.
You better be thankful a certain individual we like is not listening to this podcast. I'm not sure him later.
He should be a 30-time world champion, bro.
Oh, God, no.
That would actually break Ric Flair's record, too, because the actual world title record is like 20-something held by Ric Flair. So, saying Eddie Edwards got to blow that shit out of the water, bro. It's the man.
Wow.
That's the GOAT.
No.
That's the GOAT.
No.
GOAT.
Oh,
Legend.
The GOAT.
Yes.
I don't see Will Ospreay anywhere.
Hey, man, Eddie Edwards eclipses.
You don't even believe. Get the fuck out of here.
Boston knee party for the fucking win. Eddie Edwards. Clap, 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 clap. Eddie. Yeah. Okay. I got Eddie Edwards. That's Will's face. Will is gonna be in tears watching this match because he loves seeing his boy Eddie Edwards. That's
No.
What the?
No, I'll be
Yes.
in tears of laughter while the match happens.
because of Eddie Edwards being like, that's my boy. Yeah.
We're confusing our audience right now.
Yeah,
Everyone's probably typing in the comments like, what the heck's going on now?
Hey, if you've made it this far, hey, if you not only have you made this far in the podcast, but if you watch the podcast in full, do me a favor and comment hashtag Will loves Eddie Edwards.
Actually, folks, do not do that. Do not do that because
Yes,
y'all love
do
me to
that.
death.
Go on
Everyone
Twitter
loves me.
at HeelBalor and comment hashtag HeelBalor loves Eddie Edwards.
Actually, do not do that, ladies and gentlemen. Instead,
Yes, do
just
that.
type in the comments below what y'all think about our podcast and what y'all think about this episode.
Type in the comments
drop
below
a comment.
that you love Eddie Edwards as much as Will does.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my god. I think we should get to my bloody stuff on this match because, like,
One more thing. Hashtag Tyler gets the elite tat. Hashtag Tyler gets the elite tat. Because he still hasn't gotten his AEW tattoo.
oh my
You
god.
still haven't gotten your AEW tattoo yet.
Yeah. I promise I will get it soon. Don't you worry. But yeah, this match, I tell you, JDC versus Eddie Edwards. Like, I didn't realize how long JDC had been doing this for. Like, I knew of him in WWE as, like, Fandango sort of thing, and, like, I knew of his stuff, like, Breezango was, like, one of my favorite bloody tag teams when they were a thing. Even in NXT, they were really good together sort of thing. So, like, honestly, I'm surprised he's decided to hang up the boots like here, and, well, it does make sense why he decided to go for Eddie, because, like, they were together for, like, 2 years at this point with the system. Like, I believe the system was, like, introduced at, like, Hard to Kill 2024? Yeah, that was the one. So, yeah. Like, I can definitely see why they would have Eddie be the one to take on JDC in his last match. Definitely an interesting choice, but I don't mind it as such. Yeah, I've got Eddie winning with that, because, like, yeah, considering how the last 2 retirement matches go, yeah, pretty much going on your back makes a lot of sense, sort of thing. So, yeah, I do have Eddie Edwards winning, but, hey, all the shout out in the world to JDC. Like, well, while he wasn't as much of, like, a featured player as, like, a lot of other people, he absolutely had a really fun career, and you gotta give him credit. He was able to make the most out of his minutes. So, that's always a good thing in the industry. Make the most out of your minutes, and he definitely did for sure. Oh, man, but now we get to the fun part. We get to some title action, folks, as we have, well, it's gonna be a hard one to describe how many title matches we've got. We'll explain in a second, but I think we'll start things off here with the TNA World Tag Team title match, as the Righteous, Dutch and Vincent, taking on the team of Matt and Jeff, the Hotties. Yep, the Hotties are still wrestling, somehow, some way, but they've pretty much been like the veterans of TNA, and like, pretty much, they've been in TNA so many times, it's like, it's hard to count. I think they pretty much have, like, 3 sort of time frames would have been TNA. Like, Jeff was in, like, the early 2000s in TNA. Then Jeff and Matt was, like, early to mid 2010s in TNA. And then now they're back here in TNA in the 2020s. It's crazy to think they're still wrestling, but here we are. And, well, the Righteous, they were very much a recent addition to the TNA roster, only coming on in just like 2 months ago, I think, at this point. So, crazy to think how they've come in this soon and are now getting a tag team title shot. That's quite of a big deal. But, I mean, both teams have bowed before in the AE dub, so they know for sure what it's like to compete in the ring across all these different companies, so gonna be quite an interesting one, I will say. Based, I'll go with you first. What do you make of the TNA World Tag Team title match?
Oh, this is an easy one for me, dude. Like, yes, been a fan of the Hardys for a while, and the Righteous are really, really rad. The Hardys are in the twilight of their career. I've been thinking that for a while now. The Righteous just came in. You're not going to metaphorically, again, to use this metaphor, you're not going to cut the nuts off of the Righteous just so soon as they came into TNA. This is their first world tag title shot in TNA. They're not losing. If they are, I will be incredibly shocked and not very happy. Because again, yeah, I do like the Hardys, but dude, come the fuck on, man. Like, you got to give it to the Righteous. You cannot afford to neuter one of your newest and hottest tag teams right now. You just can't. Like, I know when the Righteous came in, they got like little to no reaction, which is a damn shame. The people in that arena didn't know ball because the Righteous are fucking rad as fuck. I got the Righteous going over, dude, 1000%. The Righteous absolutely have to be TNA World Tag Champs. 100%. Absolutely. The Hardys are dropping it to the Righteous.
Ooh, I like your thinking there. And, HeelBalor, what do you make of the TNA World Tag Team title match?
The first time I saw the Righteous was, I believe, in Ring of Honor, way back in the day. Was there a Ring of Honor?
Yeah, I believe they were in Ring of Honor.
And I think a little bit. I think for a spiel. I think it was my first time seeing them. Yeah, like B said, pretty much, this is like their first time being in TNA and stuff like that. Give them the straps. I love the Hardys. Heck, they're my childhood tag team growing up. But they're in the twilight of their career, like B said. Might as well give the new blood some gold. Put it on the Righteous, man.
Oh, yeah, that is some good thinking there. I've actually been really impressed with the Righteous ever since they've come into TNA. Like, they've had some really good presentation. Like, their presentation is, like, so good, especially their entrance and their entrance theme. Like, just the snapping of the fingers. It is a vibe, I'll tell you. The Hardys, of course, legends of TNA. They've pretty much done everything in TNA. Literally everything in TNA. So, realistically, a loss to the Hardys, it's fine. The Hardys will bounce back anyways. I mean, they're in, like, their last stages of their career, absolutely. So, I mean, absolutely, I've got the Righteous winning. I think it makes all the sense of the world to give the rub to such a hot tag team, and especially since they put in so much effort with their presentation and such that, like, they will make great TNA Tag Team Champions. And honestly, with the whole NXT-TNA partnership sort of thing, I'd love to see the Righteous make, like, a little cameo sort of appearance sort of thing in NXT. I don't know in what way, shape, or form, but I'd love to see that. Like, just imagine the NXT crowd just snapping their fingers along to the Righteous entrance. Like, my God, could you guys imagine? That would be just so awesome. Like, it really would be. But
That'd be nuts.
yeah, it would absolutely be awesome. So, yeah, I've got the Righteous taking it. It makes all the sense in the world. But man, this next matchup, this one's going to be a complicated one to explain, because there's a lot of factors involving this that very much make it very complicated to describe. It is for the TNA X Division Championship, and it is a triple threat match between Cedric Alexander, Moose, and Leon Slater. Now, there's a little bit of an elephant in the room when it comes to this match, and that is due to Leon Slater, because, well, rumors have been going around that the reason, well, there was supposed to be an X Division title match on the Thursday Night Impact premiere show on AMC. However, due to multiple factors, most notably being that Leon Slater is apparently being scheduled to be involved in some of the WWE European tour dates, which, goddamn, that is crazy to think how the X Division champion is getting called in for the European tour like that. That's huge. Yeah, I'm really not sure if this match is going to go ahead or not, but I think it probably will, as such, for the triple threat here. And I mean, the match on Impact obviously was cancelled. I mean, heck, Myron Reed, who was supposed to challenge for the belt, now pretty much has signed with a new company. Him and the rest of the Rascals have left TNA and are now in AEW. Somehow, some way this early. I'm like, what? I don't fully understand that for sure, but still, I mean, this match should, if this match does go ahead, the triple threat, it should be quite a good one. I mean, we've got Cedric, one of the best to do it, and one of the biggest surprises to come into TNA. We've got Moose, who has been one of the standouts of the TNA roster ever since his arrival. At this point, like a decade ago? Or like 11 years? I'm not 100% sure on that, but like, he's been in TNA for a very long time. And of course, Leon Slater, one of the best, the youngest in charge. Man, so, I gotta ask you there, HeelBalor, two things when it comes to this match. Will this match actually go ahead? And who have you got winning?
I think the match is going to go ahead. And, you know, if it does get pulled, like, do they strip Leon of the title, I guess? Or, like, I don't know what they're going to do with that one. But I think the match is going to go ahead as planned, regardless of what happens. I think it should be very fun. You know, I am a big, big fan of Cedric Alexander since 2014. Because my first match of his was AJ Styles on the Indies, and I was impressed. I've actually seen him live twice. Both were during dark matches during WWE stuff. But yeah, I was very excited. Very great to see. You know, he's a great wrestler, that very talented. I'm so glad he's in TNA and he's doing good. So from what I've seen, and the title pitch is pretty cool. Moose is alright. He ain't too bad, but just not the biggest fan of him. Leon Slater's always been great. And Myron Reed, I guess the guy's name is. He's great as well. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Apparently he's all elite. So there you go. He's all elite now. But I think this match is going to go ahead. And I'm a little bit biased because my boy's in here. I'm going to go with Cedric Alexander. If the match does go ahead, give it to Cedric, strap him up, have him lead the X Division. It's time. It's been time. I'm going with Cedric Alexander if this match does go ahead.
Ooh, good thinking there. B, same questions I'll ask to you here. Will this match go ahead? And if so, who you got winning?
Well, this is a loaded question, and we might be here for a little bit. So, if I may beg your indulgence, this has a lot of layers to it. You know, like Shrek style, like an onion. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, this match, I think, is going to go ahead, just not in the way that we're expecting. I think that it is not going to be for the X Division Championship. I think Leon Slater is not going to be there. Nor do I think Myron Reed is going to be there because of him signing with AEW. So that leaves Cedric Alexander and Moose. What I think is going to happen is tonight, and I could be retconned by saying this because this episode is coming out after after TNA's AMC debut. So I could be immediately retconned in saying this. So this could age like milk. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think as an editor note here, I will say I'll try and get the episode out for you guys as soon as possible, but it is what it is, folks. But still, as you were saying,
yes,
Beast,
but it as an editor as well, it's not going to be out tonight, and that is totally fine. But speaking as we are recording before TNA's AMC debut, AJ Styles is set to show up on the AMC debut tonight. Here's what I think they're doing. Myron Reed ain't showing up because he's in AEW. Leon Slater is now slated to be in the WWE European Tour. So this match ain't going to be for the X Division title. I got Cedric Alexander and Moose coming out tonight on the AMC debut and cutting a promo and being like, hey guys, so due to circumstances out of our control, this match is not going to go ahead at Genesis as you first expected. Moose and I, Cedric Alexander speaking, or Moose talking, us, Cedric Alexander and I, are more than happy to just have a singles match to determine the number one contender for the X Division Championship. Leon Slater ain't here because of his WWE dates. Myron Reed ain't here because he's signed to another company, and that's totally fine. We wish him all the best. But us, we still want to have our title match, but it's not going to be for the title at Genesis. It's going to be for a number one contender shot. But I know you guys wanted a triple threat. That just ain't going to happen anymore. So we apologize. Card subject to change. Get ready to fly. I am. AJ Styles comes out. And he's like, guys, I haven't wrestled in TNA in a long time. Why not dust my boots off? These people paid. These people who bought their tickets to Genesis will have paid for a triple threat match. And by God damn it, they're going to get a triple threat match because I, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, am entering myself in this triple threat match. And at Genesis, it'll be a number one contenders match. Moose versus Cedric Alexander versus the phenomenal AJ Styles to determine the number one contender for the X Division Championship. I am a TNA original, damn it. And I am X Division original. And I'm going to tell you this right now, boys. You don't know what you're stepping in the ring against. If you beat me and become the number one contender for the X Division title, then you have slated your place as not only a future X Division champion, not only a future TNA World Champion, but a future TNA Hall of Famer, because you will have beat the phenomenal AJ Styles. I wish both of you all the best, because you're going to need it. Because to beat me, you're going to have to be absolutely phenomenal. Leading into Genesis, we're going to get that triple threat match. It's going to be Moose versus Cedric Alexander versus AJ Styles. And that is where I would have Cedric Alexander beat AJ Styles, pin AJ Styles in the center of the ring. And AJ Styles' first TNA match back in a long time. His first match back in Impact in a long goddamn time. And Cedric Alexander becomes the number one contender for the X Division Championship. And then the next pay-per-view, what is it? I don't think it's Bound for Glory. I don't know. What the fuck? Under Siege? I don't know.
I believe from what I know, I believe the next announced TNA sort of special event, which will be like one of the TNA Plus sort of live stream things,
okay,
is No Surrender.
No
Yeah.
surrender. Okay.
Yeah,
and no
remember
surrender, we
surrender?
get Cedric Alexander versus Leon Slater for the X Division title, and that's where Cedric Alexander takes the title off of him.
Ooh, I like your thinking there for no surrender there. That is some good stuff.
It is a loaded. This is a loaded question and a loaded match. It's got a lot of layers to it. Like I said, Shrek Onion style. But I feel like if you dissect the layers enough, you can make a cohesive story. I think definitely have AJ Styles in that bitch, and I think that would really put Cedric and Moose over well to be like, oh my god, are they gonna beat AJ Styles? Like, what the fuck? And yes, have Cedric Alexander pin AJ Styles and have him become the #1 contender for the X Division title at No Surrender, which is their next show. And if they don't want to do it at the TNA Plus thing, do it at the next pay-per-view, you know? And I think Cedric versus Leon Slater is definitely going to go ahead, and I think that's where Cedric Alexander will not only become the X Division champion, but will also get a huge push to eventually one day become TNA World Champ.
Oh, I love you thinking there, Beast. Always really good with the surprises here, folks. Always really good. Because, I mean, he knows how to tell companies to do it better. Ding.
Ding. I know how to book, man. Yeah, like...
Oh, yeah. Honestly, for me, I am hopefully looking forward to this X Division triple threat. I know obviously the situation heading into this has been very complicated. The Myron Reed versus Leon Slater match getting cancelled, and Leon being potentially the European tour, Myron going to AEW with the rest of the Rascals, which I wish them the best in AEW sort of thing, but like, man, considering the track record of like the recent TNA signings to AEW, I'm really not sure, but they'll probably do well there. But still, honestly,
I'm nervous.
yeah. Like, honestly, I think this triple threat, if it does go ahead, will be fantastic. I mean, Leon is one of the best wrestlers today in this industry. I mean, he's so good. He's being called up to, like, WWE for stuff. Like, how many people can say that they have been asked to be part of, like, the European tour just because you're, like, one of the best in the game? Like, it just goes to show something, I suppose, when it comes to Leon Slater there. Cedric always been like one of the best. Like, I remember watching his Cruiserweight Classic match when it happened with Kota Ibushi. That match was awesome. Ibushi versus Alexander. And then it's led to like Alexander having a really good run in WWE sort of thing before now coming into TNA, making a name for himself. My God, and as I said, like Moose, he's been in TNA for like over a decade at this point. Like, it's crazy to think like how long tenured Moose has been. Like, I remember like seeing Moose in like WCPW and that kind of thing and being very impressed by him. So honestly, the guy, he can go. So I am very excited to see how it goes here with this match. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one. I think the match will go ahead, even if like they have to change it to like a one-on-one, or they'll have to bring in someone else to make it still a triple threat. I think we will be seeing Cedric and Moose go at it, Leon permitting, of course. But yeah, honestly, if the match goes ahead as planned, I would have Leon Slater win. I think keeping him with the gold, especially going into like the European tour sort of thing, like whatever European tour dates he may have sort of thing, like having the X Division champion be a part of the European tour, that will do a lot for you, especially for the TNA brand, because like, keep in mind, the UK was like one of TNA's largest markets back in the day on Challenge. That was the network they aired on back in the day, Challenge. So very much like that would be awesome for TNA in that sort of sense. But if Leon isn't able to make it to the show and not able to be a part of the match, give it to Cedric. Absolutely, you would want to give it to Cedric. Give Cedric that rub. Help build him up towards like future things. But if Leon is there, I give it to Leon. If Leon's not there, I give it to Cedric. Simple as that. Clear cut. Nice and easy. But I think this next thing, folks, it's not as clear-cut, because, well, going into Genesis here, and as we're recording this podcast, there is currently a mystery surrounding the TNA World Championship match. Now, to explain here, folks, heading into Genesis, it was announced that Frankie Kazarian would be defending his belt against Mike Santana at Genesis. However, plans changed, and that match was moved to, as we're recording, today, to the AMC premiere. So it is indeed Frankie Kazarian versus Mike Santana there. And that's going to be quite an interesting one. So that leaves the question, what's going to be the fate of the TNA World Title match? And well, Nick Nemeth has been around, just scampering his way with his Call Your Shot Gauntlet trophy, and he has promised that he is going to call his shot, whether it be on the AMC premiere or at Genesis. So, very much, folks, this is gonna be quite an interesting scenario here when it comes to the TNA World Title match. Excuse me. Yeah, this is...
Solid burp.
Yeah. Honestly, like, this is a really complicated situation here, and I think it's gonna be hard to address, but I think we'll probably be able to sort it out. So, like, Based, I gotta ask you, will we get a TNA World Title match at Genesis? And if so, who we think's winning that match? And who's the opponent?
Well, and I'm gonna preface this with, I'm probably gonna burp at some point too, because I'm drinking some seltzer right now, so I do apologize. I have on my card here, I have Frankie Kazarian as the champion versus Mike Santana or Nick Nemeth, or to be announced. So here's my prediction. I think we're gonna get another multi-man match.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be a fatal 4-way.
Oh, really?
I think we're rocking with Kazarian, Santana, and Nick Nemeth, and then a secret fourth person. I think Frankie Kazarian's coming out tonight, and he's gonna cut a promo. Goddamn, Nick Nemeth's gonna come out. Fucking Mike Santana is gonna come out. Nick Nemeth's gonna be like, I want. There it is. There's a seltzer burp. I want this one-on-one match at TNA Genesis. Mike Santana's gonna come out. No, I want this one-on-one match at TNA Genesis. No, Nick Nemeth says, I want this one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. You know, it should have been me, etc. And then Frankie Kazarian's gonna say, enough! Enough! Do you both want this one-on-one match? They say, yeah, we both want this shot. It's the TNA World Title, goddammit. We both want this shot. We both want our shot at you, Frankie goddamn Kazarian. And Frankie's like, fine. You both want this shot? He lays the title down and he motions to the back. Santino! Get out here. Santino, who is the commissioner of TNA, comes on out and he says, both of these jabronis want a shot at my TNA World Title. Make it official. Make it a 3-way at TNA Genesis. And Santino says, well, Frankie, it's not that easy. Frankie's like, why isn't it that easy? Santino's like, because I got a phone call today of somebody else who wants a shot at you, Frankie Kazarian. And at TNA Genesis, it will be a fatal 4-way for the TNA World Title. And I'm not telling you who that fourth person is. You are just going to have to wait and see. TNA Genesis rolls around. Everybody's music hits. Nick Nemeth, he comes out. Mike Santana, he comes out. Commentary in between each entrance is like, who is the fourth man? Frankie Kazarian comes out third. And they're standing there, and the referee's in the center, and the referee's looking around. No fourth man, goes to ring the bell, and the lights go out. Santino walks on stage, and he motions to the back. Doesn't say a word. All he does is motion, and all you hear is, "Sorry about your damn luck."
Oh!
Oh my God. Please.
And James motherfucking Storm walks down on that stage, because if you are making TNA have a new TV deal with AMC and you want more eyes on the TNA product, my man, you gotta have people like AJ Styles, like James Storm, TNA originals, who then either show up on the TNA show on AMC for the first time or are rumored to show up on TNA Genesis to get more eyes on the product. Who's the fourth man? Is AJ really going to show up for the X Division title match? Blah, blah, blah. The fourth man's James Storm. And then people who either don't watch a lot of TNA, who watched it back in the day, are like, oh my God, it's AJ Styles and James Storm, who are new to TNA, who then hear the huge pop from the crowd and hear the commentary being like, oh my God, James Storm and AJ Styles, will then watch TNA a little more to maybe see if they're going to be on more, which they should, just for a cup of coffee. James Storm comes out and is the fourth man in the world title match, but he obviously doesn't win, and Frankie Kazarian will pin James Storm to retain the TNA world title, which then will lead to Nick Nemeth and Mike Santana being like, you didn't pin us, we want another shot. Number one contenders match at No Surrender. And then the next pay-per-view after that, you get the one-on-one between Frankie Kazarian and whoever would win that number one contenders match. I don't know, man. Like, it is a little bit of an overbooked, but it's a good overbooked. Because you have so many players, so many layers again to this, where I think you could really stretch out this story, and then James Storm could still show up at TNA, maybe every week, maybe once in a while, and hype up what TNA's doing, what Impact's doing on the AMC show as a TNA original. Maybe you could even have him be like a general manager if Santino wants to step down. I don't know. That's just me speaking as a James Storm fan. That's just me. I think that'd be real rad. But are they going to do that? Probably not. This is probably going to get retconned within a few hours of their AMC debut tonight, but we're going to find out. That's just the way I would go with it.
Yeah. I mean, I do like your thinking there, having like the number one contenders thing at No Surrender leading into Sacrifice, which will be the March sort of like event. But honestly, like James Storm, that is a good pick there. Like that is a
and James Storm's old fuck. Like he's still in the twilight of his career, and AJ's in the twilight of his career too. Why not have TNA Original show up for one last like cup of coffee run? I guess run more of James Storm, because AJ would just show up just to be like, hey, I'm AJ Styles. James Storm would just show up for one last little hurrah, you know. I think that'd be rad. I think that'd be cool. Give him, you know, one last little like, hey, remember James Storm? Remember he's a TNA Original? I think that'd be rad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's some good thinking there. HeelBalor, I'm gonna have to ask you this now. What do you think is going to be the case when it comes to the TNA world title situation we've got here?
God, I don't know how to top that, and I'm not even going to try to, ladies and gentlemen. I think the world title situation is very, very interesting, I guess. Kazarian being world champ is awesome. Definitely deserved after all these years of hard work. Big proud of you, Kaz. You know, after all this, the hard work also Max Santana did, they took the title off him and stuff like that, which was, to this day, still shocking. A very stupid decision on TNA's decision. I think should have kept it on him. As for, like, what do I think is going to happen? Kazarian's obviously walking in as champ, in my opinion. Nick Nemeth's going to be involved. I honestly don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think regardless, I think Santana is going to win the TNA World Championship. I think regardless of any situation that happen, he's going to be TNA World Champ regardless coming out of this show. That's what they're building on. That's when it's going to happen. regardless, I guess I got Mike Santana. It's all too confusing to me. So I'll just say Mike Santana, I guess. There you go. I have his scenarios, everything playing out. I don't know what to say. So Mike Santana, I guess.
Yeah.
And I agree. I do want to see Santana get the title back. I just think doing it now would be a little bit of too much of a hot potato thing, which is why I think if they're going to do the fourth man thing, maybe even not James Storm, just somebody else, and have that then lead into what was it, Under Siege? Dude, I would cry. Have that be the number one contenders match between Nick Nemeth and Mike Santana, and then Mike Santana could win that and then win the world title back at Sacrifice.
Yeah, definitely some interesting thinking there. I think for me, when it comes to the situation, it's very interesting how they decided to move Kazarian versus Santana to the Thursday Night Impact premiere. Like, that's a decision I wouldn't have really thought of. Like, I can see why. They want something big for that big AMC premiere. And, hey, a world title match on there? Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that for sure. I can definitely see that for sure, but it does lead to Sacrifice. Well, it leads to Genesis being very confusing here. My goodness, I'm getting my classic TNA pay-per-view names confused here, but, TNA has had a long history, so that's probably fair. But, okay, here's what I think's gonna happen. I think on the premiere, Mike Santana will finally get back the TNA World title. I absolutely see Santana winning the belt on the AMC premiere and taking it into Genesis, where Nick Nemeth calls his shot and cashes in for the title match at Genesis, but Nemeth doesn't win. I see Mike Santana walking out of Genesis as your TNA World Champion. As it just makes sense. Santana is the guy that TNA has been building, and because of the bullshit, screwy sort of finish sort of thing that led to Kazarian winning the belt, absolutely you gotta give Santana the belt here. Absolutely, it makes all the sense in the world. And I love the thinking of bringing in James Storm for, the Fatal 4-Way sort of thing, or, whatever sort of decisions are taken there, but I think it's going to be a little bit more clear-cut when it comes to it, but still, I'm intrigued to see how it goes when it comes, especially...
It's totally valid.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the AMC premiere, because, man, a lot of what we say here may very much be out of date after the premiere, but honestly, that's the fun of recording before then, sort of thing. Just you never know what really to expect when it comes to this, for sure. So, if the world title situation is very much not exactly clear-cut, then realistically, this last match we're talking about could potentially be a choice for main event, but it probably wouldn't. But, hey, it's the clearest cut sort of big title match we could end this episode with, so I guess it's the best way to go here. It is for the Knockouts World title, and it is the champion, Laying Lee, taking on Danny Luna. Yeah, Danny Luna's been on a bit of a tear as of late. Doing some crazy, crazy things. And Laying Lee winning the belt a while ago at, what was it, NXT Gold Rush? I think it was that she won the belt at, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So, very much, Laying Lee has been a pretty solid champion as such. So, yeah, should be quite interesting to say the least. HeelBalor, I'll go with you here. What do you make of the Knockouts World title match?
I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I will say this. Danny Luna's a freaking badass. I know she had a dog collar match a few weeks ago on TNA television. Just incredible stuff. I saw highlights of that match. She is really, really good. And as for the match itself, I think we're getting a new champ here. Could it main event? Possibly. Of course, Lane, what's her name again? I guess that's Xia Li. It's Xia Li, right?
Yeah.
Lei
okay, yeah, right.
Yingli.
That's gonna be Xia Li to me. That's from WWE. So there you go. Either way, same person. I think we're gonna need a champ here. Daniel Luna is going over.
Fair enough.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, fair enough. I can definitely understand that for sure. And Beast, what do you make of the Knockouts World Title match?
This one's a little tricky, man, because I'm a fan of both these women. I've been a fan of Lei Yingli since she was Xia Li. And Dani Luna is so rad. Again, badass personified. Like, I fuck heavy with Dani Luna. She is so sick. I would love to see Dani Luna win the title. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on her. I would love it. This is tricky, man. My critical thinking part of my head says Yai-Ling Li is retaining. However, my heart says Dani Luna.
Ooh.
I've gone with my heart a few times in this recording. I've also delved into the critical thinking part of my brain. Man, fuck it, we ball. New champ, Dani Luna. I think Lei Yingli is fantastic. But Dani Luna, I think, needs the world title more than Lei Yingli. I would give it to Dani Luna, but I'm not going to be shocked if Lei Yingli does go over. I got Dani Luna. I gotta follow my heart, man. I really do. Come on, Dani Luna. Just do the thing, please. Like, that would be so rad. But this match is gonna cook anyway. Like, both these women are incredibly talented. Again, like, if this main event, even if this is the co-main, right? Like, give them fucking 20-25 minutes and just beat the shit out of each other, dude. Like, it's the kind of shit I love, man. Just have it be a barn burner. That's all I can ask for, and I do hope it is. And if they do give it to Dani Luna, rad. If Lei Yingli does end up retaining, also rad. But I'm just hoping for a great match. But I do have Dani Luna going over.
Yeah, that is some good thinking there. Dani Luna is someone who I'm not as familiar with compared to, like, other members of the Knockouts division, which, by the way, the Knockouts division is, like, awesome. They've got some really good names in there, like Indy Hartwell, and even the Inspiration. Based Inspiration, people. And
Based Inspiration.
yeah. But, like, Dani Luna is definitely impressive. Like, she's definitely someone I'm intrigued to see where they take from here, like, for sure. Especially since I believe she has just re-signed her contract, so definitely excited to see how it goes with there. Lei Yingli, oh man, I am so glad that she is doing well in TNA. Like, when she left WWE, like, a lot of people didn't really give her, like, a second look sort of thing, but now she's doing really good stuff in TNA, and, like, first Chinese-born Knockouts champion, I believe. Like, that's awesome. That's actually awesome. And it's like, it's definitely some historic stuff there for the company, heading into, like, this new era sort of thing for the company. So, yeah, I'm very happy of that. Who have I got winning? I feel like it's gonna end in some sort of schmoz. I think it's gonna end in, like, some sort of, like, dirty finish type deal. But I think the person who will walk out as the Knockouts World Champion is Dani Luna. I could see them strapping the rocket to Dani Luna and just seeing where it goes from here. Like, I think... And plus, like, anything would be better than that horrible JC Jane run as Knockouts Champion. Let's be honest here, people. But still, I've got Dani Luna. I think it just makes all the sense in the world to give it to her, and yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. My goodness, I'll tell you, I mean, TNA, they've had a rough go at it for, like, the longest time, but you know what, it feels so good, guys, to see TNA finally back on the rise. And, well, the internet is claiming, oh, who's the number 2 promotion between AEW and TNA and blah, blah, blah. More wrestling is absolutely a good thing, and I'm glad to see TNA still going. We're glad to see TNA still going, and we're glad to be excited for the future of TNA. The big Impact debut, Genesis this weekend. Oh, it is going to be fun. I mean, heck, they're even going to have the man where you say his name and he appears show up for something. I don't know what, but, well, if you know, you know. So I'm intrigued to see what they do there. But I'll tell you guys, this year already is looking fantastic. And well, we're not done this month. There's still 2 more big shows that we are set to cover here. And, I mean, would you guys like to make the announcement? Like, would one of you want to make the announcement of what our next show we're talking about is going to be?
You damn right, Will. Go right ahead, brother.
All right. Our next show will be covering the wrestling company I've been watching for a good while. The wrestling company that Beast Mode 9000 has been watching for a good while. The wrestling company that I'm sure most of you guys probably have not heard of, but I think you should be tuning in. The next show will be Heels to Balor's, and his boys, the Losers, we'll be talking about will be MLW Battle Riot.
Oh.
So excited.
I'll tell you, that's going to be a really fun show. I mean, Battle Riot was actually the show that introduced me to MLW, actually. So I'm very excited to talk about with all of you, and it is going to be so much fun. We can't wait to get to that. But, who would like to, do the ending for this episode here?
May I see us off?
Go ahead.
Go ahead there, Beast. The floor is yours.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful edition of the Losers Lounge podcast talking about TNA Wrestling Cross the Line. And we talked about TNA Genesis, and we, the losers, did indeed cross the line on this episode. And we can't wait to talk about more of the wrestling on this podcast. Can't wait to have y'all tune in for the next episode. I am the Skull King Beast Mode 9000 for the Heelest of Balor's HeelBalor, and for Mr. MGB Tylor. We are the losers. We are the, oh my God, I just had a stroke. Excuse me, we are the losers. And this is our lounge. Too sweet. Peace out. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang.
Johnny.